Hello everyone, November 29th. Oh, finally, I think the cough is kind of settling down, so it's getting a little bit better now. I need to take a shower. I haven't showered for a few days. It's lazy and it's cold. Yeah, I think I'll shower tomorrow. Alright, anyway, so we have an easy question today, so which means we'll have to deal with this. Okay, we can't just let this hang around. We have to deal with this. I mean, I thought about it last night and the night before, like when I went to bed, but before I can catch any threads of thought, I just fell asleep. So I don't know. Still haven't got a good idea yet. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, today is a bit earlier, so I hope my mind can work faster. All right, what we have today: unique number of occurrences. Given an array of integers, return true if the number of occurrences of each value in the array is unique, or false otherwise. So we'll counter it and then just see if we have any. Can we do better than counter? Well, counter, and then we go through the unique ones and try to see, yeah, that's a solution. What else can you do? Sort. You want to sort it? Nah, just counter it. Apparently, counter is the way to go. Man, it's very soon. The semester will end. I need to prepare for my committee meeting. I haven't finished all the data stuff yet. I'll do that tomorrow. That's going to be the main thing. Tomorrow, I'm going to get some data and then not really prepare for the presentation, but just get the data ready, and then I want to send out the email to schedule for the committee meeting. Yeah. All right, anyway, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna use a counter. Okay. Right, and we can say c dot values, but I think we'll have to turn into a list, then set it, then length it, return true if the number of occurrences is unique, so equal to len c. Let's try it. Okay. November badge. All right. That's another goal. The goal is to move this to 1,000. That was the goal. $12.07. Okay. Right. So we're done with this one. Yeah, I don't really have to check. Log K. Hash map, hash set. All right. Okay. So they're all unique. Okay, that's the thing. They're all unique, and we have n. And based on the size, you have to find an O(n), at most O(n) log n. Okay, so they're all unique, and we want to find a k, and the k is in between. Okay, and then we say the median of an array is the middle item after sorting in ascending. If it's even, then the median is the left middle element. So this one is going to be 2. This one is 1, 3, 4, right? And we're going to do a subarray. So we want to find the number of subarray with 4 as... Okay, because it's unique, we can first find where k is, right? Because k is in it. So we can find where k is. Then we have 1 by itself. And then, we can go both sides. Oh man, that's the way to go. I was doing it completely wrong. Alright, so we extend this way, or we extend this way, and then we try to see if this is bigger than 4, then we have it. If this is smaller than 4, then we don't have it. Okay, but if this is bigger than 4, then we have it. So that's 2. Now we have to go 3. 3 is try to find this. Okay? Or 3 is going to be this. Oh, 3 is going to be this, this, or this, right? And how do you know if this one is in the middle? Well, for one thing, if you have 4, right? We have 1, 2, 3 is smaller than it. 5, 6, 7, well, whatever, it's bigger than it. And to make 4s in the middle, right? To make 4s in the middle, we need to have a subarray, right? If we think about its odd number, okay? A subarray of odd number. Oh my god. A subarray with odd number. Then we need to have half of it is smaller than 4 and half of it is larger than 4, right? So what we can do is, as we go to the right, okay, we can count. We can count how many values are larger than 4. Right? We can start with 4 and then count to the right. Right? Count to the right. Then we can count how many are larger than 4. And we have to go all the way to the end. Okay? And we know the total number. And then we have the number that's larger than 4. And remember, 4, because it has to be either the smaller than 4, smaller than k is equal to larger than k, or smaller than k is equal to larger than k minus 1. These are the two situations. Because the larger than k can be smaller or equal to. No, it's unique. It's unique. So the smaller than k is either equal to, right? Which means if it's an even, so we go to the right. If it's even number, then smaller than k should be equal to larger than k. Or if it's an odd number, then because smaller or equal to larger minus 1, so that one plus 1 divided by 2. So we have two situations as we go to the right. And we just keep going. Whenever we hit a situation like that, then we say yes, right? So we keep going all the way to the end. Okay, so we start with 4. Okay, then what? Then we could also have ending with 4. But then 4 can be in the middle. Now that is troublesome. So if I know the number of values, okay, larger than 4 and then smaller than 4, like I don't know, like a prefix kind of deal. A prefix kind of deal. What do you mean? Well, what I mean is if I have the number of counts, so it will be, we can have larger than 4, we can have smaller than 4, larger than 4. Okay, let's just use this example, the first example. I think it might work. Hold on. So we have 3, 1, 2, 4, 5, okay? So at 5 position, we can say 0, 1, or 1 value larger than 4 and a 0 value smaller than 4. From this to the end, okay? From this to the end. Okay, so smaller than 60, this is 1, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0. This is 3, 0. And we have 3 and 1, okay? Then what? So we want to know is how many is smaller. Hold on. Okay, we say this will be the number of elements that's smaller than 4. So we 1, 2, 3, 3 and 3, right? So this is 4. If I say I want to start at this position, okay, and find how many are. So in this position, if I go to the end, this position go to the end. And now this position. We have to start from this position. Okay, this position, because this is going to be the end, right? Nah. Yeah, we can start with this position. So if I start here, I want to know, going to the right, where can I go? So if I have 1, so if I have somebody else, maybe I should have, this is 0. Okay, so let's say at position on the right, it has to be larger than this, right? So this will be the first position we can try. But anyway, it's going to be increasing, right? It's going to be increasing the number that's smaller than that, right? So if here, that means the number smaller is 3, right? Here is also 3. Which means what we want is the total count, right? The total count. The total count. If your index is the total count, okay? And then minus this is going to be, you know, the total number of it's smaller, and then we have to say whatever this auxiliary thing minus, let's call it j I, that's the total number that's smaller. So this has to equal to j is the total length, right? J is the total length. So j minus 1 is removing that and then divided by 2. Or we can say, right, as the total number is smaller, j minus 1 has an odd, that's an odd number, right? Odd number. So what we need to do is, so basically what we're saying is, let's say we have 3, 3, 3, we have 3, 3, and 1, right? So 7. 7 minus 1 divided by 2. That's 3. What if we have 3 and 3? So it'll be 6. 6 minus 1. All right? 6 minus 1 is 5. And 5 divided by 2 is equal to 2, which works. So it's j minus 1 divided by 2. Okay, so that covers both. So we want to find is given any I from left all the way to where k is, right? From left to this position. For each position, I want to find how many j exists larger or equal to where the position where k is, such that the difference is equal to j minus 1 divided by 2. How am I gonna do that? Seriously, how? Anyway, I know where the j starts. So j has to start from here. So in this case, right? So j is start with 4, and I start with 1, and then the difference is going to be 3. Right? So that's 3. J minus 1 divided by 2 is 1. So we can only have 1. Yeah, 4. J is 4. 4 minus 1 is 3. 3 divided by 2. Right? We should only have 1 that's smaller. But right now we have 3 that's smaller. So this doesn't work. So we have to keep going. Right? We have to keep going. Or, because I moved this j one by one is just too slow, right? I mean, I know, I create this array, so I know the value, right? I know the value where it is. So I know auxiliary j minus auxiliary I know that value. And shall equal to j minus 1 divided by 2. So if I know this, because I have all these values, right? I have all these values. I can say, if I want them to be good, where can I find the j? All right? Or what I can say is, given the current j, right? Given the current j. Current j is 4, right? Minus 1 divided by 2 is going to be 1. So j has to be 1. Yeah, that's deterministic, right? So which means at least, hold on. This is just a count. 1 is the count, okay? 1 is the count. So given a j, I can compute what the count has to be. And then I can put the count into, okay? Put the count into this array. And once I put the count into this array, I know where I can find the j. Because it's 1 and I is 0. So what we need the auxiliary j to be 1. And then we can binary search it. It's like, oh, okay, it's not going to work. Right? Then what? Right? Then what? Then as j gets bigger, right? As j gets bigger, I mean, at least it has to be 3, right? At least the difference has to be 3. If we want to put the first one here, the difference has to be 3. And then if difference is 3, I can compute the j. J has to be equal to 7. And if j is 7, it's bigger than what this is, then it's not going to happen. So we can say, can we just call it off? So we're starting from this is not going to happen. Yeah, because if we start from this, the earliest is going to be this, right? Earliest possible is going to be this. Yeah, because the auxiliary minus is the smallest is going to be this. And the smallest requires to go all the way down. And if you keep going, right, the auxiliary is just going to get bigger and bigger. Right, and the j will get bigger, so you can just quit. So that one can quit easily. But what if we do that, right? And then we go find a j, and then j is in it. But the j's value, okay? The j value is larger, which means we say if we use the smallest number that's smaller than you, right? And from there, I'd extrapolate. I say, at least it has to be here. But then when you are here, you see the count is larger. That means that actually doesn't mean anything. It just means the count is larger here, right? If you keep moving forward, it is likely, like if it's no more smaller, it might catch up. So it's hard to say, right? It's hard to say. All we can say is at this point, it doesn't work. But it does mean everything in between doesn't work. So I should start from that position now, right? So we get rid of everything in between, and we start from that position, because that is the position that we currently know. At least it has to be here or larger. Like anything in between is not going to work. So now we find here, and then we do the same thing, right? We do the same thing. And then I might just go out a little bit more, right? So every time we jump forward just a little bit, right? Just a little bit. And then we see, if it's, is it good? right? We can see is this one good? Now we extend based on the difference, and then we say, okay, if the difference is good, yeah, what if it equals? So like we have this difference, right? And then we extend, and then when we extend, it's equal. Okay. Then we say, okay, that's good. And then we move on to the next one. Okay, what if they keep equal? And then it's actually smaller. Well, if it's smaller, then all the same value we can jump, right? We can jump across all of the same values. Because if I land some position in front, and I got in front of it, hold on. All I need is just find the difference, right? So if I have the unique values of all the differences, and not really unique value, but you know what I mean, just the value. Differences. Yeah, starting from this, I have the unique values. Okay, I have the unique values, and because they're all unique, so there are going to be depends, right? It depends how many is larger than me, how many is smaller than me, how many is smaller than me. Is the same. How many is smaller than me or how many is larger than me, it's exactly the same. So I can just do all the unique values, right? Unique values. And then when I have a value, right, minus this, okay, that value minus this is going to be, but I don't know where it is, but it's fine. It's fine. I can know the range, right? I can know the range. And I know the range, I know the difference. And then I can say, given this difference, okay, I set up I, right? I set up I. And then we say, given this difference, where the j has to be, right? I can calculate where the j has to be. And then we just need to know if j at that position is good, right? If that j at that position is the value that we're looking for. we see if the j is in this range. And if it is, then we're good. If the j is outside, right? If the j is outside, then like more to the right, that means we can't. If it's outside the range, then we can end. But if it's not outside the range, it's, it's possible. Go for the next one, right? Go for the next one. This could be bigger, but also the j can get bigger as well. So just the unique values, a number that's smaller than that. The unique values. But still, it's gonna be a lot. Okay, let's say we handle the first one. And then we move on to the next. Well, it's guaranteed that the value is gonna be, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way to k minus 1, right? All the way to k minus 1. That is guaranteed. So, if that's guaranteed, what we need to do is just the g minus I. That seems complicated. Maybe let's go back to DP. Let's see what we can do with DP. Well, I can say ending at this, right? Then we have the number of that's smaller than, okay? So we have the number, we have all these values. So then we start extending, right? We start extending 1. So here we say for the previous, we have, the number, we have the number that's smaller, right? The number that's smaller, the number that's smaller. And then from here, if we extend 1, we can find however many we need to find. That's fine. Now we start extending. Okay, now we start extending. Then what do we want? Now what we do know is the number of elements that's smaller than 4 on the left. And then I say if I can find a number that's smaller than 4, starting from this position. Okay, so it will be 0, right? It will be 0. And then yeah, from this, like if I have a number of smaller than this, okay? So number of smaller. So we need to know is the number smaller on this side, right? Such that this plus this such that this plus this is equal to half. But the thing is, we have two. We have the length and we have the count. How can I fit it? Yeah, let's say if like to the right of 4 we have 2 that's smaller than it. Okay. Then we need to find, because I have 2 here, right? So I have 2 that's smaller. So the number of smaller so we need to have, so if up to here we have 2 that's smaller, right? And then we have the total number. Then we can calculate how many smaller we need on the other side, right? So for the position here, I can calculate how many smaller I need on the other side, and for that we can binary search. Yeah, we can binary search. So like if I'm in this position, I have this many that's smaller than 4, and then I have yeah, this many that's smaller than 4. I cannot binary search because the size is not determined. Unless we determine the size. Size 1, size 2, okay, size 3. So all these sizes, and starting from here, and then we just shift, right? Or can we say, because we know if my subarray, the length, the size is 4, right? Then I need one value that's smaller than 4. So can we ask this question? Given me nums, can I query all the range of all the size that's 4, or like, or maybe I can say, given the number of values smaller than 4 is 1, how many are of size 4? Can we ask that? We'll have to include that. Okay, so we can go to position 4, right? Go to position as 4. And we want the size is the same as the number. So we given the positions here. Then I want size as this. So I have the left, right? I have the left, I have this. And then I can compute, right? The number of values. And smaller than 4 in this range. But how do I know if I shift right? Then I can go find the rightmost. Okay? Okay, I can find the rightmost. And yeah, we find the maximum. We know the largest value. We know the smallest value, right? And if your number is smaller than 4, this is the same. That is no good. If number 4 is smaller than is smaller than, yeah, if it's the total number of values, right, that's smaller than 4 in this range, if it's smaller than what we need, right, then it's no good. Yes, that's true. If it's smaller than what we need, like say we want 1, but no, none of them is smaller than 4. And that's no good. Yeah, for sure. But if it's equal to, what if it's equal to, it is a 1, but we don't know which one it is, right? Then, because any one of them can work, right? So if there's 1, right, if there's 1, that means we have 1. That's the 1. If we have 2, if we have 2 smaller than, 1 definitely works. How about the other one? Lordy. No, we can, like, if the number is smaller, then we can exit earlier, and then otherwise we have to try. Alright, if this is bad, try. is O(n) squared. Although we do have, some ways to, basically we start from the middle and then we expand on both sides. And I will first check the number of smaller to see if it's bigger than the required. If it's smaller than the required, then we can just skip. Go to the next one, go to the next one, until we find something that's, bigger. Then we check, right? We check. Remember, this keep going bigger, and this keep going bigger as well. So okay, so there's always gonna be one small, one big, right? One small, one big. And then if they're the same, wait, hold on. I know how much I want, right? I know how much I want because I set the size. So I know how much I want. So from the start, from each one, I know how much I want. Okay, so I can plus that value, right? And then I can binary search to find its index, right? If its index is outside, boom, no way to go. If its index is inside, well, more likely it's not index. I can use a hash map to know where that range is. Okay, so if that range, and for this position I can see, okay, this is that value. So I have the start value, I have the end value, we have the range, and then I know the value as well, the count. I know the count. So the count plus whatever is going to be the end count. So I'm going to go inside, right, to the end count. And then we can have the range. And then we can have the range. But for each one, there should be only one, right? So for this, I can say this is a range. And if it's inside the range, then we have it, right? Then we have one. If it's outside, yeah, if it's inside, yeah, that's the range that you can take. And if it's inside this range, if they overlap, right? If they overlap, then we say, okay, we get one, which is starting from, and then we move on to the next one. Or what we can do is get a range of the value, right? And then From this range, we can calculate what our target range is. And then try to find. And then the overlapping is the one that's good. Then we move on to the next unique one. And then if it's, then we have its range. Now if this range, if it's outside, then no good. And then if one of them is outside, because unique value only gets bigger, so if one of them is outside, it's bigger than the range. But the range is also changing. Yeah, that's the thing. The range is also changing. The range is, pushing more and more to the right. The range is pushing more and more to the right as well. So if one of them doesn't work, it doesn't necessarily mean the next one will not work. And we are increasing on the value. Well, if we're increasing on the value, we'll push more to the right. Oh, no, yeah. Hold on. Because you're going unique values, right? Which is the count. And we have the size, which is set. So the count is also getting bigger. So if the previous one is already outside, the next one will definitely be outside. Which means we have early exit. We do have early exit. We can exit early. Is that enough to solve this problem? Okay, let's recap what we want. So let's use again the first one as an example. Okay, so what we'll calculate is a prefix number that's smaller than 4. Okay, so our value is 3, 2, 1, 4, 5. So the prefix array will be 1, 2, 3, 3, 3. Okay, now we can simplify it into 1. I say is 0, 0, 2, 1, 1, and 3, 3, 0, 1, 2. No, 2. 2 to 4. Right? 2 to 4 with all 3. Okay, so now our focus is on 4. And then we say we have size is 1. That's going to be 1. Right? No question about it. And then size is 2. Size of 2 is going to be, we don't know. I was going to say 1, but we actually don't know. So size is 2. Okay, so we're going to size is 2. So size is 2. So now my size is 2. And I have this. Okay, so the total range is going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3, size is 2. Okay, so 2 minus 1 is 1. So we extend 1 to the left. So it'll be 2 to 4. That's the range we want to consider, 2 to 4. So we go to 2. Okay, so we say auxiliary 2, not auxiliary 2. 2 to 4 is our range, the overall range. Then we need to find is the value. Okay, so auxiliary 2 is 3. Auxiliary 4 is also 3. Okay, so that could be the first round of check. Right, so given this size is 2, so how many values smaller than 4 do we need? Shall be 2 minus 1, right? So the small we need is 2 minus 1 divided by 2, which is 0, so we want 0. So given auxiliary 4 minus auxiliary 2, we know the total number of value that's smaller than, it's actually going to be not auxiliary 2, because we want to find in this range. So this shall be auxiliary 1, which is 2, right? So we know between 2 and 4, we have one value that's smaller or equal, not smaller than 4. The target is 0, and now we have more than target, so we need to look into it, right? If it's smaller, then we cannot do. Okay, so that's that. Then we say, okay, now we're going to look at auxiliary 2. So we have to start with auxiliary 1. Okay, so as auxiliary 1, we have value 2, right? So so auxiliary 1 is 2, because I have to go 1 more to the left. So plus 0, so the target target is also 2. Then we're looking at 2, right? That is 1, and it's smaller, so that's no good. Next, we want to go 3. Okay, the left value is going to be 3. 3 has a range 2 to 4, and so that's going to be 2 to 4 on one side, and now on the other side we need to plus 0. It's going to be 3, which is also 2 to 4. So now we just say on the one side is 2 to 4, on the other side is also 2 to 4, and has to exclude 3. So now we can say, because the size is going to be 2, right? So 2 to 4 is the size, and then given 2 to 4, if with size 2, so visually plus 1, so it's going to give me 3 to 5. So between 2 to 4 and 3 to 5, what's the overlap? Oh, we need a function to find overlap. Oh, overlap. Damn. Alright, doesn't matter. We need to find a smaller one first. We can sort it. Okay, and this one, the overlap is going to be 3 and 4, right? So the overlap is 3 to 4. And we cannot use 3, so the overlap is going to be 4. But we don't need to, right? Because the answer It would be easier if we can just remove the target. Yeah, seriously. I think it'll be easier to just to remove the target. Oh no, but then I shouldn't say total range. I should say the left range and the right range. So left range is going to be 2 to 3. That's the left range. So I can pick this, or we can pick this. And the right range is actually going to be 4 and 4, right? So given the left range, I start from the first, which is 2. I'll check first, okay? So check pass. So we go to, let's say the left is going to be, so left range is 2 to 3. Okay, so we go look for 2. Actually, we need to look for 1. Yeah, we'll look for 1. One give us 2. Okay, 1 give us 2. So we need a 2 again. And then 2, we find out it's not on the right. Right? Because it's going to be 1, 1, so there's no overlap. So that will be 0. So next look at 3. 3 on the left. This is 2 to 4. We can overlap. Okay, so we can say 2 to 4 overlap 2 to 3. So we have 2 to 3 on the left. And then plus 3 to 3 on the right is overlap. It's going to be 3 to 3 and 4 on the right. Now, given 2 to 3 on the left, I can compute is going to be 3 and 4 on the right. Huh. That's not right. Size is 2. Wait, hold on. First one we can calculate by itself. Okay, and from the second one, start from the second one, and then we look for its position, right? Then we get its range. But still, when you minus the one to the left. I just want to do it one by one, you know. Just go half of it all the way to this. Oh no, this is 0. Oh no, this is 1. Smaller than. This is no good. Now we move on to the next one. Okay. Which is 0. And then that is good. Now we're done. Now it's a size 3. Size 3. 3 minus 1 divided by 2, it should be 1, which I have 1 that's smaller. And this is 2, so no good. And we come in here. This is 1, so that's good. And that's it. We cannot keep moving because we hit the end. 4. 4 is also 1. So this is going to be 3. No good. That's 2. Is also no good. Yeah, it's all in a square. I can give it a shot. If it time out, then I just time out, you know. I mean, there's nothing we can do if it time out. But I do want to give it a shot. And if it times out, at least we have a solution. That's better than not have a solution. Okay, so what we need is p small. Okay, you can say for n in nums. All right, if n smaller than k, p small dot append p small minus 1 plus 1, else p small dot append p small minus 1. Okay, and then index equals dot index k. Okay, this is all on. Now, what we're gonna do for the length, right? Well, to find the length. Well, in the length, I'm gonna say for L in range. Well, it's gonna be 1 because we have by itself. So 2, length is 2, all the way to nums. Okay, that's the total length. And I'm gonna say target shall be L minus 1 divided by 2. Okay, then you can say the left right shall equal to index minus target minus 1 and index plus target minus 1. If it's 2, then we move 1. If it's 3, then we move 2. Right? No, is it? No, that's not target. Target is, this should be L. The left and right. Yeah. If you want a 3, we have to move 1, 2, and then 1, 2. Yeah. So this is gonna be index, right? So this should be the maximum of this 0, minimum of this, and line nums minus 1. Alright, let's do line nums then. N minus 1. All right, so that's the index. We have the left index and right index. Now we say if p small, right, so it's going to be right plus 1 minus p small left plus 1 minus 1. So it should just the left. If the total number of this is smaller than target, now we continue. Otherwise, then we have to go from left all the way to the right. Right? Then we say I, j, left, and left plus L minus 1. Right? Then we say while j is smaller than right equal to. Okay, while j is smaller equal to right, we say if p small, right, no, j plus 1 minus p small I is equal to target, rest plus equal 1. I mean, we can just do for I range left and left, no left, right minus L. Right, if it's 4, it should be plus 2. All right, so something minus. Because what we're gonna do I plus L left and right. These are the index, actual index. So from left all the way to right minus L plus 2. Right? And then I plus L okay, I plus L minus 1 plus 1. All right? Minus I should be minus 1, then plus 1. Oh, I don't think so. See if it passes. Yep. Time's out. Well, I mean, at least it's correct. Okay, that'll be it. Just have to, keep thinking. It's getting close. I mean, we get 42. Oh, shoot. I need to get this. Yeah, there gotta be a better way. It's O(n) squared. All right. Well, five for another day. I'll see you guys tomorrow.